Welcome to day 2 of your 7-day fast track. And this is the only day of this week that has 2 parts. The first part was this morning. I put a post into the group. I hope you guys did it because it was just watching the new member orientation and the 2 fast track videos, number 1 and number 2 today. I hope y'all did that. And was just given little assignments, and I saw that some people took advantage of that and did those. So thank you for posting. It helps me to know that you are getting something from this. And so tonight is our last live webinar like this, but you'll have the posts each day through Saturday, okay? And tonight what we're going to do is we are going to go over some simple food combining and talk about some more foods that kind of go in each groups. And so I'm going to share my screen with you. And please type in if you can see this page here. Awesome. Yes, awesome. Thank you. Okay, so this is really, because Shibboleth, there's nothing that you can't have on Planet Shibboleth, but it depends on what kind of day you have it on. So, you know, if there's things that you just want to eat, you need to plan them for a holiday sometimes. Then you plan that for a holiday. But what we're doing with this fast track food combining is just keeping it really, really simple, because in the beginning you do want to keep it simple. Just keep it simple, and then as you're living this as a lifestyle, because if you get that into your head, into your mind, that this is a lifestyle, because it's not like you can quit doing it and continue with the progress that you've made, right? I mean, if you quit doing it, progress goes in the other way. So that just keep in mind, we're going to do simple right now, but there's so many nuances to the program that you'll learn over time, and you'll start finding all your favorite meals, okay? So we're going to have a look at this, and I'm going to read some of these out because it is important to hear the types of foods that are in these groups. When I get to the next row, I won't reread the same things I've already read. I'm only going to read the new spots, okay? But category 1 is our lean protein. You can have up to 2 to 8 ounces of that. And you want to make sure that you do get enough protein in a meal because it helps you to stay satisfied. Now, 8 ounces is really kind of more like for a man. 6 would be enough for a woman, but 2 to 8 ounces is there. You're still going to use your 2-hand rule to portion control, okay? If you don't know what that is, please rewatch last night's video. But let's read some of these. Egg whites, fish, this is all fish, chicken breast, turkey breast, pork tenderloin, not pork chops, boar's head turkey, boar's head chicken breast, boar's head London broil, low-fat cottage cheese, fat-free cottage cheese, Greek plain yogurt, Hebrew National 97% lean beef frank, and 96% lean ground meat. Now that's just a small list, but y'all type in here for me, do you see something? Do you see something or a few things on this list that you like? I want to hear that you guys like something on that list, okay? And then when you look at this next one, this is our cooking oils that we recommend. So we highly recommend the 100% MCT oil, the Zero Drag brand. We sell that in the Shibboleth store if you want to get it from us. But if you don't want to buy that one, you can buy the Now brand from Amazon. The reason I talk about those two is because those are the 2 that Travis likes. And thank you. Those are the ones that Travis likes. And I just do what Travis says. He is a smart man who puts his heart and his soul into this, and he's been doing this for 20 years, so I trust him. And the sorry, I had to write something down. But any MCT oil that you find in a store that says 100% MCT oil, it doesn't have any other fillers and it's not mixed with anything else, actually would work. But I buy the Zero Drag. Okay, your other option would be coconut oil, because that is 60% MCT oil. Ghee butter, this is a clarified butter. It's really good for when you need that butter flavor. Hemp oil, and then of course PAM or any 0-calorie cooking spray. So you can cook your food in that. But if you'll remember from last night's webinar And if you have looked at the combination chart already, the red column has the addition of MCT in it to make it the fastest fat burning meal combination. So it's thermogenic and it'll help you burn little extra calories. So we've got a plus here. That just means you're going to cook one of these lean proteins in an approved cooking oil. And then you've got your little flame symbol and then a plus. That just means you're going to put these together. And you're going to have your condiments. So we can have any 0-calorie condiment, a 15-calorie or less spice or seasoning, salt and pepper, 15-calorie or less coffee creamers, salsa, salsa, reduced sugar ketchup, mustard, hot sauce, fat-free Kraft mayo. And so we're going to reiterate the condiment rule right now. This says 5, 2, and few. What that means is, and we do have a huge list of condiments in the food library that if you go through, you can heart all the things that you like and it'll put those over into your personal food library. But absolutely anything that you want to use can be used as a condiment as long as it follows this rule. Look at the serving. As long as it doesn't have more than 5 grams of sugar per serving and no more than 2 grams of fat per serving, and you're not going to use more than 50 calories of condiments per meal, and you could use absolutely anything that you want to as a condiment. And so again, if you watched the video last night, you remember that I said you could eat a lean protein by itself, and that's basically what you're seeing right here. Okay. So we're going to scroll up a little bit. Oh, James, you like egg whites and chicken breast. That's awesome. That's fantastic. So we're going to look at this one right here. Now this, oops. This one right here has the same list of lean proteins, so I'm not going to reread those. But we still have our plus symbol. We still have our flames. So that means it's a super duper fast fat burning combination. We've got the same cooking oils listed and we've got the same condiments listed, but we've got the addition of a category 2 fibrous carb, half a cup up to a cup. Now remember, you are still portion controlling, okay? So you want to make sure that fits underneath your 2 hands when they are completely closed up and not like that and not like this, okay? So I have friends send me pictures of like this. I can't see my food, but that's not the way we do it. Oh, just another little thing. You don't want it to be any thicker than the thickest part of your hand. So a reasonable amount of food. So let's read these over. Broccoli, asparagus, squash, okra, green leafy vegetables, spinach, cabbage, cucumbers, bell peppers, hot peppers, cauliflower, kraut, and dill pickles. Y'all tell me if you see some things in here that you like. Now, we do also have some category 2 fibrous carb breads. They're just not listed right here because honestly, these category 2 fibrous carbs are better for you than bread. So breads are those things that, yes, we have them, and we are going to show you which ones are the best later, but this would actually be the very, very best out of a category 2. And I think y'all can probably understand that. Zucchini is a category 2. Yes, it is. Okay, so if you have a category 1 lean protein plus a category 2 fibrous carb, oh, and by the way, I want to let you know based off of a question that my friend Janine asked me, you can have more than 2 category 2s in a meal. So she made some Mexican, and so she had a wrap, she had some peppers and lettuce. So that would be like 3 category 2s right there, and then you've got your meat and your condiment. So that would be a 1 + 2 + C. You have a nice little Mexican meal right there. So we're going to scroll down a little bit more. In this one, it's got the lean protein listed. We've still got the same oils. We've still got the same condiments. But this has got the addition of hemp heart products or hemp products. So hemp heart flakes are really, really good for you. They are, oops. Sorry, I don't know why my screen did that. Hang on. Okay, y'all tell me if you can see my screen still. I had to do something. It moved around on me for some strange reason. Okay, thanks, Gail. Okay, so we've got the hemp heart flakes right here. You got hemp hearts, hemp flakes, very sweet hemp flakes, hemp protein powder, and hemp oil. So hemp's actually one of the highest quality proteins in the world. And so this is why you can utilize this with your lean protein. You can also put it with your fibrous carbs and things like that. But we're just showing you that you can do this as well. And this would be an excellent fat burning meal because it's got all the flames right there, okay? And then if you'll look down here, all we're doing on this one is we're just changing out that you could do shellfish with that. And again, you've got your 2 to 8 ounces, and your shellfish might be crab, lobster, shrimp, scallops, oysters, mussels, clams. So you can utilize all of those. You can put those with your hemp products there, cook them in an approved oil, put on some condiments, and you've got a nice little meal right there. You'll be burning calories, burning fat, and staying in EFB. Now we're going to scroll down just a little bit more. Now, if you'll look right here, we've got a category 4 protein plus fat. It says 2 to 6 ounces, okay? It doesn't have 2 to 8 ounces. It's got 2 to 6 ounces. Well, that's because there's more calories in a protein plus fat than a lean protein, so you want to eat just a little bit less of it. So that's why it's listed that way. So here's some options. Whole eggs, all steak, pork ribs, beef ribs, Hormel turkey spam, pulled pork, beef brisket, 93% lean, up to 95.9% lean ground meat, turkey kielbasa, as long as 50% of the calories are from fat or less. Anything more than 50% calories are from fat, it's not on the program. So you just look at the back and you see how many calories are from fat, and if it's greater than 50% of the turkey kielbasa, it would not be on there. 93 to 95% lean meat is what you want to be at right there. So those are some category 4s. And here's our category 2. So it's the same list as above. We got our condiments here. But what you're going to notice right here is there's no approved cooking oil listed there. Well, the reason that is because you've already got some extra fat right in here. So you wouldn't want to add fat to that. So that's why it's not in this row. And you'll also notice that there's a plus, but there's no flame. So it's not quite as fat burning as the others, but it's still an excellent meal. And it's still great for fat burning. It's just that others are really like your blowtorch and fat, like your blowtorch and butter. And then, remember last night I said that you could have a category 6 by itself. So we've got some category 6 is superfood. Pintos, black beans, red beans, soybeans, peanut butter, nuts, and seeds. And they give you some some portions right there that you could do. Heather, do you mean where you can find this link to what I'm going over? Because if that's what you mean, I will be posting it shortly after I went in this. Yes, I'm going to post this link along with this video into our group after it uploads to YouTube. So I will post that shortly. Yes, you're welcome. Okay, so now if you'll look right here, this is a plus, but there's no flame behind it. So it just means that it's just not quite as good as a lean protein or shellfish. Because see, the superfoods, they have all the macronutrients in it. It's got fat in it, it's got your water in it, it's got carbs and protein. So just because it's got all of it in there, it's just not quite as good because you're going to get a little bit more of an insulin release from that. But it's still excellent, okay? So don't hear me say it's not good. It's excellent. It's just that these are super duper flaming. All right, then you can add a category 2 to your category 6. So maybe you have some pintos and squash or okra or something like that. And then you throw in some condiments to just doctor that up and flavor it up and make it taste great. You have a delicious meal. This is like greens and beans right here, greens and beans. And then we have our shellfish. Now this one really could have been up top. We could have just kind of gone down in order with our smaller meals, because this is shrimp or not shrimp, shellfish, any shellfish by itself, cooked in an approved oil with some condiments. And look, our flame is back, okay? So that would be an excellent fat burning meal. And then this right here, this is just showing you that you can easily put any shellfish with a category 2 fibrous carb, cook it up in your approved oil, put some condiments on there, and you have an excellent fat burning meal. Now we're going to get something a little bit more, this is more lifestyle column. If you have looked at the combination chart at all yet, you know that there is a red column, which is the fastest fat burning, like blowtorch, yellow, and then you've got blue. I call the blue column the lifestyle column. It's the column that you will be losing weight on it. It's just going to take you a little bit longer, but you also might enjoy the journey more. Who knows? But this is the kind of thing that when I'm doing the red and yellow column and then all of a sudden I feel like I want a holiday, I just move over into the blue column, the lifestyle column, and have a little bit extra things on my plate, but I still stay in EFB, okay, because we've combined it in the right way. So let's have a look at this. We've already looked at the lean protein list, we've already looked at the fibrous carb list, and we've already looked at the condiment list. The thing that's new right here is this. Category 2 energy carb, and you can have a quarter of a cup up to half a cup. I would stick with quarter of a cup in weight loss, maybe go up to half a cup in maintenance, because you still want to portion control and you need to fit these things underneath your hands, okay? So some of the things on this list are all potatoes, not just a white and a sweet potato, but all potatoes, oatmeal, weight control oatmeal, long grain brown rice, quinoa, lima beans, all of your lighter colored beans are there. Because remember I said earlier, your darker colored beans are in superfoods. Peas, all your peas are here. Tomato, onions, carrots. Now tomatoes and onions can be used as a condiment very easily. This is if you're having a large amount of that by itself. But if you just want to use it as a small condiment, it's fine. Whole wheat pasta and whole grain pasta. And I would make sure it's not just any whole grain pasta or any whole grain pasta, whole wheat pasta. I personally would make sure that's in the food library. I mean, I would want to see it in the food library and make sure that it's there before I bought it. That's just the way I work. So what this is saying here is that if you want a category 3 energy carb, you can have it. You must pair it though with a category 1 and a category 2. Because if you'll remember what I said last night about the fat bus, see the fat bus is insulin, and we need to be able to control our insulin in order to be able to control our ability to access stored fat. So this category 3 energy carb is going to bring some insulin release, but we're allowing the protein and the lean protein and the fiber and the fibrous carb to negate the insulin release that's coming from this right here. And you'll notice too that we did not pair anything that's fatty in here. Because if you listen to that video last night too, I talked about the fact that if you pair a protein plus fat with an energy carb, the energy carb is going to release insulin. Insulin is going to go do its job. Its job is to pick up fat lipids and store them, because insulin is a fat storage hormone. So it's going to go do that job. So if you'll notice in this row right here, there's no approved cooking oil listed here, right? No approved cooking oil, because that would not make this fat burning. And there's also no category 4 in there. So you wouldn't want to do that. So this is, but you can do this. And this is a great fat burning meal. It totally works. You will not come out of the EFB for eating that. But you'll notice there's no fat in that because there's more of an insulin release from this. These two don't have any fat really in them. So they're not going to, if the insulin comes out, there's nothing to pick up. There's no fat to pick up. That's why that combination works. I love that. Doesn't that make sense? Teresa, I don't know the answer to that. If somebody else knows the answer to Teresa's question, y'all can answer for her. Otherwise, I will have to find out later. Okay, so let's keep going and look at this. Now, if you'll remember, we also said that you don't eat, well, let's go back up here. You don't eat a category 3 by itself, okay? Otherwise, that's a holiday. And you also, while in weight loss mode, you don't eat a category 5 by itself. 5 is fruit. You can eat fruit as a condiment as long as you're not using more than 50 calories of it. And you can use, you can eat fruit perfectly combined, but in weight loss, we just have to treat fruit a little bit differently. Fruit's actually excellent for us, okay? It's an antioxidant carb, and it goes around and picks up free radicals in our body, so it helps with cell restoration. So they're good, but we do have to treat them a little bit differently while we're trying to accomplish something. Once you get into weight loss, you can have fruit as a snack by itself. You don't want to just have it as a freebie, though. Even in weight loss, it would be a snack by itself. But if you'll notice, we're talking weight loss tonight. So we have our category 5: berries, apples, oranges, grapefruit, plums, grapes, bananas, peaches, pineapple, and kiwi. So if you want to eat that as like a regular serving, maybe a quarter of a cup up to half a cup, depending on what it is, and if it fits underneath your hand, you have to pair it with a category 1 lean protein and a category 2 fibrous carb. Okay, so those are just some real simple, quick and easy combinations. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Y'all please let me know if you have any questions about that. But we're going to look at some other things too that you have available to you. We're going to look at some category 2 breads, because this right here is kind of one of those things that helps people stay doing this as a lifestyle. Now, obviously, the less bread you have, the better. We know that. But this program is sustainable for life. And a lot of people just aren't willing to give that up for life. So we make this program sustainable by finding the breads or bread type items that work the best for you. So the La Tortilla Factory 50-calorie tortilla, the Olay Extreme Wellness high fiber tortilla, the Healthy Life bread, Nature's Own double fiber wheat bread, Bran Crisp bread, Healthy Life hot dog buns, and the 100-calorie Thomas Light English muffins. And that's just a short list. There's about 60 approved breads in the food library. And I have found that I really like the Sara Lee 45-calorie multigrain bread. It's got a good taste to it. But you can use that as a category 2 fibrous carb. And the reason that these make them into the category 2 is that these items have enough fiber in them that they are breaking down in your body more like a green bean than an actual bread. Yes, I love that, Sara Lee, Leslie. Okay, let's look at some approved sweeteners: stevia, Splenda, monk fruit, xylitol, and those are just a few. You can find some more in the food library, but these are some ones that are approved. Now, I'm going to talk about this Splenda real quick, and I'm going to talk about artificial sweeteners. You know, artificial sweeteners really aren't the best for you. And if you already know that, then don't just go, ooh, now I can have Splenda, or, just stay away from them. We just have it on there because it's allowed. It still works, okay? And I love Shibboleth for this very reason. We help anybody starting from where they are in their journey. We are not all in the same spot in our journey. So we tell you what's allowed, and then over the course of time, of course, we're hoping that we improve different things that we do, but these are the type things that'll help you get where you want to be. Then once you're where you want to be, you can kind of edit some things and continue to improve. Now let's look at some approved beverages. Water, obviously, we need to get our water in. Any 0-calorie beverage, unsweet or approved tea, and coffee with approved sweeteners. Now, I'm not a coffee drinker, but one of the things that I heard people talk about that I would probably do if I was a coffee drinker is take a ready-to-drink protein shake in the flavor that I like, pour that into my coffee. I get a little extra protein, and you still don't use more than 15 calories of it. You can have an excellent meal that way. That could be and then you put the lid back on, put it back in the fridge, and use it like a creamer. Okay, so there is a typo on this column right here. This should say, y'all tell me how many calories this should say for condiments. I'm gonna let y'all tell me. Awesome, Heather. Yeah, 50. That should say 50. We shouldn't have any more than 50 calories of condiments. But fat-free feta cheese, Kraft fat-free cheese, Borden fat-free cheese, Cabot extra light cheese, the Laura Lynn fat-free cheese, Kroger brand fat-free cheese, and Lifetime fat-free cheese. Now, Travis really loves this Lifetime fat-free cheese, and I think you have to order it online though, but this is his favorite. I have found that the Borden fat-free cheese, I buy it at Ingles, tastes the best to me. It's the best. It tastes really good. And the Cabot extra light cheese, that is a block cheese. And so I just kind of cut that into 50 calorie, I cut that into 50 calorie chunks. And then if I want to use it for a little dusting of cheese on top of my fibrous carb salad or my category 1+2 salad, I just kind of shred that on there, and it's delicious. It is a very good cheese. Now, you don't have to eat cheese at all if you don't want it. It's just available. Lean protein, milk, 8 to up to 16 ounces. So if you're having this milk with another item, you want to do 8 ounces. But if you're drinking it just as maybe that's what you're drinking that morning and then you're headed out the door, you can do 16 ounces if you want to. But if you're having it with something else, just do 8 ounces. Fat-free Fairlife milk, Kroger Carb Master milk, and hemp milk. Those are all available. That Kroger Carb Master milk, there's vanilla and there's chocolate and there's regular. Oh boy, that vanilla tastes like it is like you have homemade vanilla ice cream that has melted and you're drinking it. That's what that tastes like. And then I love the chocolate too, because it just gives you just a little sweet chocolate flavor if that's something that you're looking for. And I utilize this with some of my meal replacements because there's the Buff Bake cookies. You can take them, I dip them in my milk, it softens them up a little bit, and then I just enjoy them that way. And some of the things, you need to add a protein to it to make it a full meal replacement. So I love these things called Grab the Gold bars. The Grab the Gold bars are really, really excellent as a snack. But if you want to have it as a meal replacement, you need to add 8 ounces at least, or 8 ounces of the milk to it, or a Healthwise hot chocolate, because that's what gives that particular item or the whole meal, that's what's giving it all the protein that it needs to be made a meal. Otherwise, it's considered a snack. Okay, so Teresa, as a rule, will all of the approved beds, I would say that I've never seen one more than 50 calories, so I would say that that is a general rule. And then Wayne, oh no, you can drink it black. Black's fine. Yep. I love a Grab the Gold bar. The Grab the Gold bar is a 100% all natural bar that is, it tastes like those chocolate oatmeal no bake drop cookies. That's what it tastes like. It's so good. And then they make one that's also peanut butter and jelly flavor. It's really, really good. So you can eat that as a snack, or if you pair it with one of these things, you can have it as a meal replacement. Now, I know I've mentioned snack just now a couple of times, but just remember, we're trying to do 3 meals a day. But I also am very, very realistic in that I don't want you to spoil a perfect day and just throw up your hands and go to something unapproved. I'd rather you rather you go to water first, then I'd rather you go to a freebie, and then, an extra or a snack, because we're still trying to control our calories, because we're trying to get into a calorie deficit of 3,500 calories to lose a pound of fat. So I've mentioned something as a snack, but you got to use your smarts and you got to know how to make this happen. But whatever you do, don't give up a perfect day and go eat a bag of chips that's unapproved. Do something that's approved. Elizabeth, we do sell those at the Shibboleth store, but I also have heard you can find them at Kroger as well. Now, you guys, I love for you to support the Shibboleth store because Travis and Sasha do not charge enough for the program. I mean, the program is so inexpensive. So I like for y'all to use the store. If you're not near the store, just order online. They ship it $30 or more, they ship it for free. Okay. So let's look at a few more things. Now, there's some breadings and some flours that you can use. And some of those, coconut flour, Carb Quick flour, Bob's TVP, and almond flour. So let's say that you like to take some chicken, put it in some egg whites, dust it up with some flour, and you like to bake it or cook it. I actually cook it in MCT oil like that. It is so good. I utilize the Carb Quick. I know you've all heard of Bisquick, okay? Bisquick's not on our program because it will bring the fat bus, but Carb Quick is. And Carb Quick is actually considered a category 2 fibrous carb. That is amazing. So you could make biscuits, you can make pancakes and those kind of things. Don't use the recipe on the box though. Make sure that it is a Carb Quick recipe from the recipe library, or you can use it for dusting some lean protein and make something yummy with that. These other things can be used for that too. I just tend to use that Carb Quick a little bit more. The Carb Quick, I did make some biscuits with it one time though, and they last for like a day or two. I wouldn't try to get those to last for a week. I know I can get other biscuits to last for a week, but not the Carb Quick biscuits. They didn't last that long. So go ahead and eat those up. And then there's some cereals: Kashi Go Lean Original, K's Natural Cereal, and the High-Low Nutritious Living. I know we sell the K's at the Shibboleth store, and I hear a lot of people saying really great things about it. And you'd want to have an approved milk, and you can have up to a cup to 1.5 cups of the cereal. And then right here, we have some other condiments listed. I think the only one, oh, the 0-calorie butter spray, that I can't believe it's not butter. I wouldn't use that before Shibboleth, but I've started using it, and it's 0 calorie. I spray it on my little Sara Lee bread and enjoy it away. I love it. It's good. So basically with your condiments, you just want to keep the condiment rule. Now, I want you to keep in mind though, that if you do 50 calories of condiments at every single meal, that's going to be 1,050 calories and condiments over a week's time. So I would just be choosy with it. Do it when you need to. Oh, an air fryer is excellent, James. Yes, just continue using your air fryer. That's awesome. Okay, now we're going to look at some restaurants, okay? Because on Shibboleth, you get to cook simple meals like combining chicken and broccoli. I think that's pretty simple. You just put that together. You can do recipes. We've got a huge recipe library. Go in there and find some things that you and your family would like and just start using those. But we also can utilize restaurants, and we have an extremely exhaustive restaurant guide. So you'll want to have a look at that. But let's look at just a few of these things. We've got Chick-fil-A. You can have 8 to 12 grilled chicken nuggets with a side salad. You can have 8 fried nuggets with a side salad. So basically what I always tell people, if you're willing to give up 4 nuggets to get them fried, then that's how you can do that. But if you want more food, then you do 12 grilled. And then you can also have the Chick-fil-A filet, just obviously no bun. You could do the spicy filet, no bun. You could do the grilled chicken breast, no bun, that kind of thing. In a Mexican restaurant, you can have a bowl of chicken soup, no rice. You can have 3 soft chicken tacos, but use your own tortilla. One of the things that, now in this week, we're going to learn just the basics, the simple, all that kind of stuff. But after this week is over, I would love for y'all to continue watching the videos in the video library. One of those is a survival kit video talking about how to create a survival kit, because sometimes when you're out and about, you don't really have all the things that you need. I have a friend, and he was at class tonight in Cartersville, and he carries his tortilla with him everywhere he goes because he just doesn't know where he's going to end up for lunch, and he can whip his tortilla out, and he could put the insides of 3 soft chicken tacos into his own tortilla and eat at a Mexican restaurant with his work friends. And then at McDonald's, you can have a 1/4 pounder, but on your own bread, or that tortilla would come in handy. Wendy's, you'd have a small chili over a side salad, or eat them separately. It doesn't have to be over it. Now, Wendy's chili is actually considered a Category 6 superfood in Shibboleth, but it's not all chili, because all chili isn't made the same. It's the way that Wendy's specifically makes theirs that works. Burger King, grilled chicken with a side salad. And family-style restaurants, grilled chicken with salad. And you can just keep going right there. Let's look at Waffle House. 2 scrambled eggs, 2 tablespoons of their gravy if you want it. And use 1 slice of your own bread. You could have the grilled chicken with the side salad. I had the grilled chicken one time at Waffle House. It was so good. I didn't think it was going to be good because I like to eat waffles there. I like to eat waffles there, so I didn't think chicken was going to taste good there. That's funny. but I did enjoy that chicken very, very much. Obviously at Red Lobster, you get shrimp scampi, but you order it with broccoli because if you remember from last night's video, any category 1 or category 7, any lean protein, any meat at a restaurant has got to be considered a category 4. And so you would only want to have that with broccoli, green beans, or something like that. So I'm going to give you a tip. The tip on restaurants is if you know you're going to a restaurant, go ahead and go to the restaurant guide on the website or on your app and look and see what your options are there. And then you have to open it up and you have to read what it says. Like, for example, this right here says use your own bread, or it may say order without the croutons. It may say order without the French fried onions on top, that kind of thing. So when you go to the restaurant, you're already prepared to order that. This is more to do with going to a fast food restaurant than a sit-down restaurant. Because a sit-down restaurant, you have time to make up your mind and everything. They're not rushing you. But when you're at a fast food restaurant, I know that I feel the pressure of ordering quickly because, of course, everybody's in a hurry. So I'll feel the pressure of ordering quickly. And I feel like if I didn't know what I was going to order, I might just get frustrated and just order my regular thing. Well, so here's some tips. 1, if there's anybody behind you, let them go ahead of you. 2, know before you go. So I know exactly what I eat at my favorite fast food restaurants now because I've done the pre-work and now I know what I'm going to order at those places. So just look and know what you're going to order before you go and it will work out just fine. Any other questions? I talked fast tonight. Y'all have any other questions? Because this is a great time for me to show you things on the website if you want me to, because I can do that, or I can show y'all I'm going to log into the Shibboleth website and I'm going to click on the store just because there was a couple of questions asked about where you could get things. Teresa, long grain brown rice is allowed. It's a category 3. You can eat about a 1/4 cup of it and it needs to be paired with a category 1 lean protein and a category 2 fibrous carb. So if you wanted to have, awesome, yep. Let's look at the store real quick. So here's our store. So if you wanted to shop online, you could just go right there. You can search for the things that you want. Let's say you want to find some of that zero drag MCT oil. Just click there, hit search, and it pulls up everything that's got zero drag in the name of it. And we sell some vitamins and different things like that under the Zero Drag brand name. So that's what that is. But look right here, if I click on this Zero Drag MCT oil, there you go. It gives you a description of it. Look at that. There's all kinds of videos that you can watch. There's little hidden videos all in this website. I find them all the time. And what this is right here, this is a -3. That means that it's a -3 on the weight loss meter. Now, on the weight loss meter is just, I consider it a secondary way to judge food. So the first way we're going to kind of categorize, judge food basically, is we're going to categorize it, okay? But the secondary way to look at it is according to the weight loss meter. Our weight loss meter goes from a -3 to a +3. Anything that's a 0 is not going to help you, not going to hurt you. But anything that's in a negative range, that is better for weight loss. And anything that's in the positive range, you won't come out of EFB for eating it, but it's not necessarily expedient, you know, if you're trying to lose weight quickly. And it's often best for maintenance. Okay, so that's what the -3s are and the -2s, -1s. That's what those numbers are. They're the weight loss meter. Okay, boar's head chicken or turkey. You can have, I believe you can have any of the boar's head chicken or turkey. Honestly, I would just look it up to make sure, but I'm pretty sure that you can. I'd have to look at what I would do is I would look and see how many of the calories are coming from fat. As long as 20% or less of the calories are coming from fat, it is a lean protein category 1. If it is between 50 and 20% calories from fat, that would be in a category 4. But yeah, I feel like you can have that. You would just need to make sure whether it was a 1 or a 4, Elizabeth. Okay, so if you wanted to add something to the cart, you just click add to cart right there. But we've got all kinds of stuff. You can click on these sections and you can look at all of those. And there are so many people that are not near a Shibboleth store. There's only 2 in the whole country. They happen to both be in Georgia. But y'all, we just, oh, if you are, there's a person from France that signed up, Jean-Appel Kimberly. That's for you if you watch this. But she just signed up this weekend, so I'm thinking that she might, but she's asleep right now. So basically anybody across the United States, or really anybody that has access to the internet, can do this program. But we do have 2 stores in Georgia. So if you want something from the Shibboleth store, you just order it online. It'll ship right to you. $30 or more ships for free, and we've got really amazing things on here. And some of the items we have the most selection of. It might be that you could get this item in the grocery store, but we have the most selection here. And while I have you on here, I'm going to show you something else about food. We're going to click on the food library. This food library, you want to familiarize yourself with this. Be very good at looking at it. So if you go right in here, let's look at our lean proteins. So I clicked on the button and it's going to generate that. Look at this right here. Look at these filters. If you wanted something that was kosher, you click kosher. It's going to refilter all of that and take out anything that's not kosher. And see how that is now highlighted green, meaning that filter is on. If I wanted to add another filter, I just clicked the gluten-free filter. Now both those filters, and it shrunk my list. So that's one way that you can utilize that. Ooh, that made that list really small. And then if you wanted to make sure that you only had -1 to -3, you drag that little ball over until that little black pop-up says -1 to -3, and then you hit the set button and it will filter out anything that's not -1 to -3. I don't see any on there, but and then what this is, if you clicked on here, it would take you to a picture of it. It would tell you the food type. It would tell you that, well, this could be 2. This could be category 1, and this could be a freebie. Tells you that it was considered a gluten-free product. It tells you the approved portion. Right here, it gives you the weight loss meter. And if you scroll down, there's a description. If you keep scrolling, look at all this. These are recipes that are made with that particular item. And then if you keep scrolling, it'll show you where people have purchased it. Right there. Now this is member inputted data, y'all. So if you want to tell other members that you found it at Publix or Walmart, that kind of thing, you can do that. But isn't that amazing? I love that. And if you like an item, not heart it, give it 5 stars or give it stars. That way other people can benefit from your knowledge. If you want to heart something, like if you really like it, you click that heart and it'll make it red in there. 33 other people have said they also liked that one. And if you wanted to add this to a grocery list, you click right there. And then you already have to have a grocery list made in order to have the drop-down menu there, but I already had one made. And we're going to do a lot of this in lessons this week. I just thought I'd show this extra tonight since I talked so fast. And so that added that to my grocery list. So, and if you're in the recipe library, you can pop an entire recipe into your grocery list. So I'm just going to come up with something simple. So let's say that I want to add this bacon ranch collie bread to my grocery list. I just hit grocery list, click which one I want to add it to, click add, and it put it in the grocery list. Now, if you'll notice, this recipe is a not going to help you, not going to hurt you recipe. If you end up liking this one, go in here and give it some stars. If you don't like it, click 1. So that way other people will know as well. 39 people have said that they like this. So this website is just absolutely amazing. You can benefit from so many things. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to go into the journal real quick because I want to show you where those things that you hearted shows up. So I'm in my journal, and if I go right here to favorite food, everything that I have hearted shows up right here. So basically what it did was it took this giant food library that everybody uses. It took that down to my personal food library, and I can search right here, my personal food library. Isn't that great? I love that. And then if you click on favorite recipes, all the recipes that I have hearted, they're going to be right there. So when you are looking at the recipe library, if you think that you might like something, please go ahead and heart it, because when you heart it, you won't have to search for it again. Because some people, they don't heart it, and then I see posts on Facebook, hey, I'm trying to find this recipe that looks like this. And if you just heart it, it ends up in your personal favorites. And then if you end up not liking it, you just go unheart it, and it takes it back out of your personal favorites. Aren't those some cool features? I love that. Do y'all have any questions or want to see anything else tonight? Otherwise, we're going to continue with our morning posts, and please watch the little tutorial video, and please participate with the little assignments. And by Saturday, you'll be able to take the test, pass the test, and earn your first badge, your Phase 1 Foundation badge. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Janine. You're welcome, Gail. If you guys are those type like me that will just sit and watch all the videos at one time, feel free to do that too. They're in the fast track video list in the video library. You'll be out of town for the next 2 days? Yes. So all you have to do if you go out of town is go back into this group and look for day 3 and day 4, that kind of thing. I keep this group very, very clean. There's not a whole bunch of other posts. Feel free to post in it, but I keep this group really clean because it is for the purpose of teaching you the fast track, you know, getting started on the whole thing. That silver level group, a lot of posts go on in there. But this one I keep really clean. So Elizabeth, you should be able to go back in there and easily access and find day 3, day 4, and do them. You're welcome, Leslie. You're welcome, James. You're welcome. And y'all reach out if you've got any questions. That's what we're here for. And I truly do believe that once you start doing this and you start having your perfect meals and stuff, you can lose 7 pounds in 7 days. So I want to hear about that. And then this is a lifestyle. This is a lifetime. We gotta get that mindset going that we're gonna do this together forever, because it's important. It's an important thing. It's our bodies. It's the only one that God has given us to live in. We don't get another one until we go to heaven. So we want to take really great care of the one that we have here right now. So I love you guys, and I will see you soon, hopefully. Y'all let us know if you have any questions.